It's me and the camera. Anyway, I was trying to explain. I had these deep feelings come over me. I was at a funeral, not a funeral really. It was a memorial, and it was one I had never been at. This type of memorial service in my entire life. There was no mention of the word God had never came in. Hi, it's me. Well, I got my laptop set up. I put my laptop on my lap, and I've got my mouse on here, and I brought my coffee and my water, and instead of getting something sweet today, I'm listening to that Eat Better people that think that I'm using an excuse for not eating good. I have carrots, a raw veggie thing. It actually has an egg in there, but it's got ranch dressing, and ranch dressing is going to do a number on my pH. The condiments will hurt you more than sugar, I think. But you know what? I have a rough throat because I went to a party last night and I ate some sweet thing. I had an apple piece of a cherry pie, and that's bad because it has the pastry has that oil in it, fake oil, bad oils. But I had a piece of cherry pie, and I had a piece of coconut topped white cake. It was really good, and I just had one piece of each. I had actually half a piece of that white cake, and then I had a couple of chips, only just like 3 or 4. I was really good with that. But I had 2 pieces of salami, and I haven't had salami in ages. I don't eat pork. I stopped eating pork, but I love salami, and I let myself have it. I rationalized and justified and had it I had 2 pieces only, 1 piece on the first sandwich and 1 on the second. I had 2 sandwiches, one with 2 pieces of bread and one with 1 piece of bread, and I had cheese, either a provolone or a white cheese of some kind. It was good. It was a party, They had a fireplace there, and my feet were cold, and I stood by the fireplace. It was so nice. So I made a lot of silver last night because I was out of it. So I drank a lot of silver last night, and then this morning I had some silver. My throat was better in the morning. It was all that sugar and germs in the air. I'm pretty sure it's germs in the air. And the sugar is sticky and tacky, and it holds germs, so I get a sore throat easily. And I'm going to talk about that on a video. So this morning I decided to behave because I took some apricot kernels this morning for my throat, and I brought with me some spirulina, a couple of oil vitamins, the D3s, and 2 flaxseed, and they're in my purse somewhere. I'm going to have to dig them out. But I'm going to eat these raw veggies, and it actually has a boiled egg, so that's pretty cool because I haven't had breakfast yet. So that'll be pretty good to have anyway. The yellow of it'd feed my cholesterol with the HDL. And then I have the ranch dressing is not good, but I'm going to eat it. And I'm going to work. Peace, Buttercup. This is gross. The ranch dressing is that fake stuff. It's like a low-calorie garbage. Yeah, it's enough to make me not eat it. It's either low fat or garbage. If you're going to eat ranch dressing or milk, you need to have whole milk, not crummy junk. Cheap. It's horrible. It tastes like plastic, and people think that they're eating healthy if they eat that. Ugh. If I wasn't trapped in my laptop, I would go get a real ranch dressing because I can't eat this. It's horrible. I'd rather nothing. That's good eating. That's not healthy eating. Low fat is not healthy eating. It's a lie, and it's very bad for you. It'll wind you up in a place like this. I'm in the hospital. I'm working here. That's all I do here. I'm going to leave my laptop here and go get a real dressing. Either Italian either Italian or real ranch. I can't eat that garbage, and I can't eat plain vegetables without something on it. Nobody's going to take my junk. I'll just take my purse. Even if I have to buy it, I'll buy it. Garbage. Yuck. Don't eat low fat. Don't eat aspartame, and don't eat low fat. Peace. Buttercup. Oh, they were kind. They dug it out for me, some real ranch dressing cups. And I know that that's not good for us anyway, but the low fat is going to kill you. That's what gives you joint disease, partly. The fake milk. in there. That fake crap. Excuse me, that's garbage though. It's giving you heart disease and joint disease. And this is a hospital. And all they have is like, they had some small containers of real ranch dressing and stuff, but they don't even carry real milk. He said this is because it's a hospital, because it's healthy, because they gotta have healthy things. They're so backward. I told the staff in there that's just giving you bad joints and stuff, is this fake junk. Alright, I only got my real dressing. I'm gonna enjoy these vegetables. Peace. Yeah, look at the difference. Look at the difference in the colors. This is the fake ranch. It's like white. This is the real ranch. It's yellow. I mean, that right there tells you something. Look at it. It's stark white. And that's yellow. Peace. Hi, I'm video editing, and I'm sitting here. I still have a little bit of a rough throat from last night. I think I got a cold. I found my oil vitamins, and I have a spirulina. And I have some Epsom salts and baking soda in little aluminum packages. Kind of looks funny adding this into water in public, but I'm grateful to have it. I think it's going to help my throat. It always helps everything anyway. Peace. Buttercup. Hey, I'm going to be talking about that. Look at what Epsom salt. Do you see the effervescing? Epsom salt and baking soda. The baking soda instigates the Epsom salts, and it fizzes. You see it? It fizzes, and that's what you get when you drink it. It's really good for you. It's healthy. I had that ranch dressing with the veggies, and this is going to take any sugar that it finds and go with it into the cells, and the effervescence is going to help it. Good thing. And I brought a spirulina and the oil vitamins, and I'm in there. I'm missing vitamin A's and D3. I'm going to start taking a lot of vitamin A's because I frequently get sore throats, and that's an underlying infection. That's what it is. I'll talk to you about that on video. Peace, Buttercup. It's winter coat season, and that is not fun. I've got my bag, and I've got my purse, and I've got my big coat, and I've got a sweater. I've got double pantyhose on. That's what I wear in winter. It works. It keeps my feet are a little bit warmer, I believe. It's cold out. Let me show you. There's it's winter weather today. Boy, this is a sharp place, huh? Check this tree out. It's winter. It's winter though. It's cold. It's not officially winter yet, but it's cold. Ice on the ground. I've got my tap shoes on, so they have pretty good grip on the bottom. Pretty good. Peace. I hear those birds. Don't. This is the Shaker and Quaker area of my neighborhood. Oh, look at the birds. How cool. The Shakers and Quakers settled here. Is that white scarf. I took it off at somebody's house, and I don't know, or in somewhere, and I don't know where. Come to spend. She sings of us. Go on. There's like a side entrance here. Oh, I like that. What a cool apartment building. Oh, what sharp apartments. I'd hate to be trying to sell one of these babies. Although it might be a good market for it right now. But the thoughts I had and the feelings were like so unusual and vivid, and it was a memory. It was a memory that I had. Yeah, it was when Michael stood up to adjust the microphone for that woman. Like she knocked it over and he stood up, and he stood. The look of the wood in the straight ahead, the wood behind the speaker. And then I just had a feeling that when I was at Case and I was in a function, I was in functions like that. I think it was because I was in functions like that. And at that time back then, it's like everything was right. Everything felt really good and right. Those are the two words that I would use. It was like something real vivid and strong. No, that I had been there and I had been, and it was the right place to be. But the thoughts I had and the feelings were like so unusual and vivid, and it was a memory. It was a memory that I had of being at Case and Quakers. He stood up to fix the microphone, and when he did that and he was walking toward it, it was the look of the wood in the straight ahead, the wood behind the speaker. And then I just had a feeling that when I was at Case and I was in a function, I was in functions like that. I think it was because I was in functions like that. And at that time back then, it's like everything was right. Everything felt really good and right. Those are the two words that I would use. It was like something real vivid and strong. Been there and I had been, and it was the right place to be. Hi, it's me. I don't know if it's the nature of what you're talking about, but I can't vlog with anyone else. I was driving home and somebody was holding the video camera on me so that I could talk and vlog, and it was very uncomfortable. I couldn't do it. There's something very extremely personal about a vlog. It's you and the camera. It's me and the camera. Anyway, I was trying to explain. I had these deep feelings come over me. I was at a funeral. Not a funeral really, it was a memorial. And it was one I had never been at, this type of memorial service in my entire life. There was no mention of the word God had never came in. It was a Finnish. The woman who passed away, or the family was from Finland, and so there was something called yoking done there, which was really, really beautiful. But before that, there was somebody played the piano, and he played one of the parts that he played was that smile, and because the world is laughing, smile because your heart is breaking, whatever it is. Oh, that was, he went on for a long time playing music, and it was in this funeral, it took place in this hotel that I have pictures of, and I'll show you it. And there were wooden doors behind the speaker. There was a woman that was a reverend speaking, and there were these big, huge windows, and you could look out onto the street and see the cars going by, because it's in the middle of the city, and it's in an area that the Shakers settled. So it's a very, very cool area. The buildings are Tudor, the houses are Tudor, and this building I was in was a hotel. It was I have no idea when this hotel was built, and I got a lot of pictures from the inside for you, but then when this person was speaking from the podium, I used to work in that area, and there was wooden doors behind her, and I worked for this university, and they had rooms that were like this, the style, the wood, the people were dressed in academic suits. I worked at Case Western Reserve University, and I had this feeling come over me that when I worked there, when I was with people like that, like academia is different from business. The suits that they wear different. You know, they're the tweed rather than the more quality fabric or something. They're a heavier, rougher material. And there's the sweater underneath with the coat open. There's a certain look to an academia rather than the business. And for some reason, when I was back then, I mean, my mind was transcended into it being there, and it was like everything was right in the world, and everything was good and everything was right when I was seated there. And I remember being in the presence of rooms like that with groups of people like that. It's like, why in this Heights area? It's like not artsy. It's academia. Everything is accepted. There's a lot of acceptance. There's multiracial. There's multi-backgrounds. There's multiculture, and everything is accepted. You know, there's no bigotry. There's no. There's a protection in that for me. There was like a real strong feeling of protection. That I had that feeling when I was back there then, and I hadn't had that since. And I left there, I was walking through the area, and it's just so, I just started crying because I started to talk about what I was feeling in there, and I hadn't felt that, like I just hadn't even had the memory of having that feeling. I had no recollection of having ever felt that everything was good and everything was right with being in a setting. And I had that there. There's no way you can talk like this with somebody else holding the camera besides you, or even with anyone else present. There's a vlog is an extremely private thing between yourself and the camera. And that means me and you, whoever it is that's viewing this. I have no idea. I don't know if anyone can even get through one of my vlogs. I talk so long sometimes and about so many subjects. It's like, who could be possibly be interested in all of that I have to say? And I guess I have enough to say about that, which is a bunch of whatever, which would be of interest to who. I have no idea. There's a cat. Look at that cat. It's pretty. Isn't that a pretty cat? I think that cat has sat on my front steps thinking that he lives here, or she. My dog used to be so mad at that. Pearl used to get so mad. Sarah, really. I'll talk to you about Sarah one day. Peace, Buttercup.